Hello and welcome to tonight's show, everybody. Uh, was there any sound on the opening sequence then? Because I wasn't getting no sound from my head unit. So please let us know. It's good to see you all. Who we got in the chat? ALW is the first winning. Adrian. Mick is in. Daniel, Tracer, Mark. Just flick through now. Yep. Try to get us all in. Great to see you all in anyway. It's been a long one. Yeah, 2 weeks it's been. So pretty cool. I think that's pretty much everyone who's left a comment up to now. And even more people leaving comments as we speak, so it's pretty cool. I hope I've not missed anyone out. If you have, I'm sorry. Tell you what, I don't know whether I've seen anyone say, yeah, that sounds good or not, but I've got to introduce our first guest. It's Mr. Volt. Hello,
Oh,
Mr.
hello.
Volt.
Hello, back again on another live stream. Like, this is day 2 this week. So, hello.
Urban legend, cool.
It's like I got nothing better to do.
Sound.
Sound.
That's what
It's
I'm
all right.
after. I can't hear you, Matt. No
You can't
sound.
hear me?
1 minute.
No sound.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hang
just
on.
my side. It's not doing it on my side.
Hang on
The
then.
intro, when
Right.
it's
1,
counting
2,
down
3,
the
4,
intro, there's
5.
no music or nothing.
Yeah. Well, it says I'm registering on StreamYard. It sees me registering. So, can you hear me? Oh, he's got no sound on his end. No, now we can't hear you. No. Nope. He's gone and unplugged it, which is really, really bad thing to do in StreamYard because it hates it when you unplug it and replug it. You sometimes have to come out and go back into StreamYard to get it to work, and it's a nightmare. So I suppose whilst he's working that out, I'll say hello to everybody. Hello to Hannibal Person, Exploring with Band and Mike, Mix Banner. Yeah, yeah. I guess you can all hear me now, and you can't hear him. Oh dear.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
cool.
So I was just keeping him warmed up for you there, Will. You know.
Yeah. Well, you know what it's like on a live Tuesday night with a urban legend, getting things all messed up. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe I should do this. Put myself down at the same level so you can see my background graphics. There we are. Look, we're both equal now. You know. And everybody likes happy. You'd rather see happy than me, wouldn't you? You know. So, yeah. Happy the happy unicorn. Yeah.
So how's your day been up to now? Your week up to now, or whatever? Been okay?
Oh, yeah. It was like the week so far has been going on Melissa's live stream last night, and then going out doing some photographing documents, UFO documents at the library. Their archive, taking photos of every single page, which is going to be an up and coming little documentary thing I'm going to do, which is going to take a
Cool.
to do, but yeah, we're getting started on that, and then did some drone flying where somebody had a UFO sighting, so I'm going to recreate some of that, you know, for the documentary or something. You know, we're gonna do something with that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some
so
good
that's me
news. I've got permission to go into the dog's home at the moment.
in the dog's home.
Yeah, no, I wanted some sound effects, like dogs barking.
Yeah.
And I went to the dog's home and explained what I do and like oh, I need some sound effects, and it says no cameras and all this and that, and just got chatting to him a few times, and kept on saying, oh, or get leave the number or get someone to contact you. Well, them ones. So today I went in, uh, pretty much the same thing, but then all of a sudden we were on the phone and just turned around, right, come back next week. So picked a day next weekend, a time. So all I'm doing is going down there, getting about 30 seconds, a minute worth of sound of dogs barking, basically. And I'm going to use that into my Bellevue video I'm going to do. So that's good news.
Well, if it was me, see, I would have just looked up on YouTube. I would just looked up, dog home, dogs barking, and I would have just downloaded it and nicked it all, But you're going the extra mile to go and record it. I hope you're taking a proper like sound recorder down with you, and high quality directional mics.
Of course, I am the DJI Pocket one.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but
It's not
yeah,
bad all.
it's great for them to let us in. Know what I mean? After mithering them for a while.
Yeah, it might be a bit traumatic, like hearing all the dogs howling and barking, but yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted a bit of that because what I'm going to do with the video, you see, it's not going to be anything nasty on the dog's home or anything. It was just want to put the sound effects in the actual concept of the place in a certain
Mm,
place of the video. So yeah, that's got to move on now. So I'm going to start finishing that video off, the Bellevue one. It's been
mm.
a couple of years now, so yeah, it should be time for us to get that one out.
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
So now I can uh, breakfast, yeah, before they're all out finger barking.
Mm,
uh, there's someone else. Nice, nice of
mm.
you to join us.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Also, I've got some news about videos. The video threw up last. I forgot to mention this on the last live stream. Some people are saying, "Oh, haven't we seen that video before?" Yes, you have. Basically, what's happened with that one? I was going through my YouTube studios, and as I was going through it, I noticed the video itself is were listed. It was unlisted. No, like it, just me who could only see it. I thought that should be public because I'm sure I put that out. I remember putting it out, so I just went over, put it back on public, and it went out. And obviously, it wasn't the same. It's the same video, but wasn't the same video I put out. And I wondered why it was done that, and then realised there's been one or two videos like that throughout the uh, YouTube. And basically, what's happening is sometimes when I'm uploading a video, or if the internet goes down while a video's getting uploaded, or sometimes it's getting uploaded and it's saying processing in YouTube studios for about a day and it's still nothing. So redo it, re-upload it, and hey presto, it's up there instantly. But obviously, this one was just sat in the background, forgot all about it till I went through the my, videos and seeing what's what. Then I realised the mistake, so it's out there. So just letting you know.
Good stuff.
Uh, yeah, uh, yeah, letting you just know what's going on with the video. So I've got to, well, we'll just leave it up. There's other ones where uh, I can start the video now as well. That one, just like you say, just explaining because some people wanted to know. I did explain it last week, right at the end of the show, where it should have been near the beginning, like it is now. So nocturnal frequencies in. Nice to see you.
Nocturnal. All right, mate. Liam's and Lozzie's Adventures. I just
Yeah.
accidentally fired up Premiere, which is something that hasn't happened in about a month now. Stopped using it. Using Resolve. Yeah.
Have you? You reckon
Yeah.
it's a lot better, that one, then?
Oh yeah, mate. It's so much faster. Yeah. Once you get used to it, I mean, yeah. I'm banging through videos now, and they don't crash as well. Like, it's like you just sort of zip through really quickly and do things. It's much better.
Is it?
More reliable as well. Like, you get the end product video. When you play it back, there's no like audio dropouts, which used to happen in Premiere, and you wouldn't know it till you uploaded it and somebody complains like, oh, has the audio's disappeared? And you're like, oh Jesus, really? So I used to have to watch every video and just fast forward through it, to listen for the audio, make sure it's always audio. You don't get that with Resolve. It just works. It just as it's meant to be. Yeah. You
Yeah.
like my background? You like happy? Happy, happy, happy. Look, there's happy. Happy. The unicorn. And Nick Sachs, look,
Yeah.
having a drink in the background. Happy's not happy. Happy's not happy because he's having a drink. Yeah.
Shall we all have a drink? Yeah. We'll all have a
Mm.
drink. That's why he's not happy, because he's not joining in.
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody hasn't checked out Happy, it's on Netflix. Check out Happy. It's Happy exclamation mark. So the word happy exclamation mark. And it's extreme. Consider it's got a like a CGI cartoony, unicorn in it. It's gory as hell.
So that's the actual name of the thing, Happy. The name of
Happy.
the video,
Yeah.
not the name of the character.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Happy the unicorn.
Happy
Yeah.
is the unicorn, and that's the name of the film.
Yeah. It's a series. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's an imaginary friend, so you can only see him if you're a kid or if you've got like a special ability, which this guy gets because he gets killed, he gets murdered, and then they bring him back to life, and then he can see Happy. So it's pretty bizarre. As you can see, he's not exactly a model sort of character. He's like, yeah, and Happy's not happy that he's like he is. Yeah.
Talk about coming back to life and stuff. I was watching a film the other day. I think it was Stephen King's. Sometimes They Come Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a good film.
Is it good? Yeah.
I thought it was. Anyway,
Mm.
bit like the old 80s film, no, like a throwback to the 80s sort of style film.
Yeah, because they did Pet Cemetery. That was one of his other stories, wasn't it? So yeah.
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 But yeah, like you say, people coming back from the dead and causing trouble or seeing things once to come back from the dead or whatever.
Yeah. Mick Spanner says looks too brony for me. No, it's not brony. Trust me. It's like he ends up tripping. Taking drugs, taking cocaine, shagging, shitting, farting. It's like, trust me, it's brilliant.
So it's adult sense of humour, basically. Yeah.
Oh, talk about violence. I mean, like the violence in this thing is exquisite. Yeah.
Oh, B. I miss B there. All right, B.
It's not for children. I guarantee you, this is not for children.
Yeah, if children watch it, they'll need counselling afterwards when they're moderns.
Wow. Yeah. You get your children taken off you if you let them watch Happy.
Yeah. Also, there's been no communications with this building site I'm supposed to be working with. No, with this place up behind me.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be working with us and letting us know, keeping us up to date with what's going on. Pretty much no communication. So I've got another film to throw out of this place. So that should be coming out this weekend. So that's one I can get out for you. And then, like I say, got the Bellevue one to do, and we got the Bomb Store. That's another one. So I've got quite a few to do in the pipeline now. Uh, Basically, I got stumbled and I needed to get it in line and get things sorted out, and that's why I've not been doing live streams every week because things are just getting on top of me at the moment. So I'm trying to get things all sorted and get one thing organised and the other, and carry on like that. So uh, yeah, that's pretty much it really. Hopefully that settles it and helps you know when the video's coming out. So should be a few coming up to Christmas, hopefully. The Bellevue one will be probably after Christmas because there's still quite a bit of work on that, but it should be a nice video to watch that and a lot of information and entertaining.
Mm, good stuff.
Yeah. I'm in hospital tomorrow, Matt. Uh, Getting one of these cameras down my throat, seeing what's making me throw up every day and stuff. So
Mm.
fingers crossed, find out what's going on and get it sorted. But recently I've been holding my food down and putting more weight on, so yeah, hopefully I'm getting over that now. But this said they're still putting the camera down just in case it comes back again, so they can see if there's any like ulcers or anything down there causing it.
Yeah.
Cool, David. Nice to see you in, mate.
Hey, David. Yeah. So I went out with Liam to Birmingham on a weekend on Sunday. And we checked out loads of stuff. It was quite eventful. We just jumped over a wall and like a police van came around the corner. I was like, oh shit. And then it turned around and left really quickly. And I was like, what's that about then? Were they for us or not? I was like, oh shit. Hmm.
Yeah, you probably got a call saying someone was in there. See you jump over. Oh, they're not in there now. Carry on. Let's go.
Yeah, well, we did set off a few alarms and showed up on some security cameras. I'm sure, we were just walking around like, oh, there's a camera, there's another camera, there's another camera. Yeah, okay, right. And then it was like one of them went off there. It was like, woo, 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 woo. And we're like, oh, we better go, I suppose. Yeah, right. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, we had some fun. We had some good fun
Aye.
messing about. Yeah.
Someone you don't like put a video out the other week. I'm not saying his name or their name, but
You can guess. Yeah.
yeah, but it was up in Manchester, and it was quite an awesome place. I've looked at it myself. I've done a video of the place itself as well, but I can't really say too much.
Mm.
I'll have to go in and have another look, see whether it's still open.
This wasn't the name like Mr. and Mrs. something house, was it?
No,
Okay.
no, nah, nothing like that. But yeah, I knew it was old inside and stuff like that. But when I've seen the video and whatever, I was like, wow. Yeah. I have actually mentioned the place on my live stream many times on the channel as
All
well
right. Okay.
about what we've heard about this supposed to be a bunker at a certain area, so in
All right.
Manchester. So yeah, you'll have to have a good memory if you remember when I mentioned that or what I said about it. And If you can remember that, I've got a great memory
Mm,
because try to remember every single live stream. Yeah, it's got to be hard that.
yeah. I don't know if you've knocked your mic just a little bit down or something, but you're a little bit quieter.
Yeah, probably did that better.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just really, I've never seen a microphone so sensitive to like just a little bit, and it's just like it's crazy. But it's interesting, but it's very, very sensitive to where you put it. That mic.
Mhm.
Like I'm sitting like this distance from my mic, like I'm sitting back, and yeah,
It's got noise cancellation.
yeah, that's probably what it is. Somebody says, "What is the headset you're using? What is the brand or what is it?"
Yeah, that's right down now, so can you hear us?
Yeah, but it's gone down now. Quiet.
What about now?
Still
Just the
about the
same.
same. Just the same. No,
Yeah.
it needs that absolute dead center sort of optimum thing to get it.
Yeah, that didn't make much difference flicking that.
Mm. Tom on a mission says, "Put the mic closer to your mouth."
I
Well, it is now.
think it's called Play or Polly. Blackline, the headset.
Right. It's a USB one, is it?
Yeah.
Mm. Very interesting, but stupid.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's all I've been up to, really. Yeah, I got quite a few videos which needed to be edited. I've probably got about 6 or 7. I've got 2 of them done, so I've got 5 more to come. So the members will see those soon. But yeah,
Yeah. How's the weather been down your end?
uh,
Accessible.
it was raining a lot on the weekend. Now it was clear today, but yeah, it's been cold as well. Like been very cold the last several days. Yeah.
Yeah, it has been cold. It's been snowing up here, but where I am in Manchester, it hasn't really affected the roads. But saying that, if you go out a little bit away from Manchester, it like gets a bit worse. You see, there's been accidents and stuff. But pretty
Well, Christ.
much, like you say, it's turned to slush quite quick.
Yeah, it was. There was slush all over the place from hailstones, and it was like still sticking on the ground in Birmingham. But we didn't have any of that in Wiltshire. But yeah, they're coming back though. I mean, like you're hitting puddles that you weren't expecting on the road, and Jesus, dangerous. Whoa, you know,
Yeah.
really quite extreme. Oh dear.
Mhm.
So I guess when I put my phone on silent, that means ring. Yeah. So that doesn't work, does it? When you put your phone on silent and it rings.
Still makes
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I've seen this device. I don't know what it was. It's like some like little chippy thing, and you can send text messages through it and stuff like that. But it's not linked up to any network, any
Laura.
phone.
Laura or Laura.
Yeah, it's that different network thing where it's got to have different ones in locations that uses each one as a relay transmitter.
Yeah. The only thing is LoRa stands for long range, which is
Yeah,
like a
that's it.
little it's a little transmitter thing that you can connect to your phone and you put it somewhere and then you talk to it with Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or whatever you wanna. But you could send messages, but it sends them to all the other nodes that you have set up. The only trouble is that you you kind of, once you set it up, it's like kind of like your network. So you can go onto like a public network and go like national with everybody else who's using them, but then you'll have to filter out the messages, so it's you only get the messages you want, that are for you, because you'll be getting all the messages otherwise. But yeah, um, yeah, it's a way that you can communicate without needing to be on a mobile network, but it's not designed to give you internet. You can't surf web pages with it. It's just for communicating device to device. So, in effect, if you wanted to create a secure network so that you could chat to your mates and you were all in Manchester, you know, theoretically, line of sight, it can go up to 15 kilometers, I think it is, on the basic setup. That's line of sight if you've got optimum conditions. But, you know, people have been saying, like, they'll stick them on the top of tower blocks, and then that'll just boost their signal on, then, so you'll be down below, it'll get up there and it'll just go whoosh out. But I don't know, it's early days really in the development of that sort of stuff. And yeah, if you really wanted to keep in touch with people like that, I mean, SMSs are free these days if you're on a contract. And things like WhatsApp and all that, they're very convenient because you can send messages. But yeah, some people are saying that you can use it for going places that are like, if you're going off grid out into the middle of nowhere where there's no signal. Well, that might apply if you're in the United States, but I mean, there's not really anywhere in the UK where you're not going to get a signal that's capable of either making a call or sending a text. I mean, there aren't many places, and like, it's going to extremes to set up your own network because you're going hiking somewhere that doesn't have a good phone signal. It's like, you're going to spend hours buggering about with setting these things up just to kind of send a text message. you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
The video I looked, I don't know whether he's on the right ball or not, is pretty much this device. I don't know whether you can buy different type of devices or whatever, or whether it's just one device that covers the whole network. But he's talking about this particular device. You can get it encrypted so no one else can read your messages.
Yeah,
And it was saying, like you're saying, if the network goes down, i.e., bad weather or anything like that, and your cell phone networks go down in your area, it would be a good way to contact other people and leave messages. But the problem with that is what you're saying. It can only go so far. But the benefit of him saying this device here I've got, which is basically you can get it encrypted so no one else can read your messages, but that uses it like a receiver and transmitter then for other ones. So more people buy this certain device through the country, it will eliminate all the hotspots. But saying that, it's
that's
like it sounds like a marketing thing to sell these things out there. But
yeah.
once it's out there, suppose it'll be like coming and sending text, like you say, everyone will have it.
The trouble is that you got two ways you can take it, right? You got these devices, and yeah, you can put one on the top of a building, and your mate can have one, and your neighbor can have one, and you can have lots of them. But are you going to connect to a private network that you've created, which is encrypted, and only you and your mates that know how to access it can access it? And then, you know, you only get messages from your friends, but then, like, when you go out of your area and you go to another area, just because other people are using these devices in that area, you're not connected to them because you're not part of their private network. So therefore, all these little networks are private little clusters. Now, if you want to connect to a national network, like an open network, you could, but I'm not sure that it's necessarily encrypted then, because everyone's going to know the key, everyone's going to know it. So yeah. But yeah, you'd
And
be able to if send it nationally then, because some people connect them into the internet, to complete the message. So you could be in Scotland and you go, oh, I've got a signal in Scotland on one of these devices. You send a text and poof, it goes into the internet and comes out in America, and somebody picks it up there, one of your friends. But that means you're all sharing the same network. And considering it's designed for longer range but low bandwidth, the only thing you can really do is send text messages with it. You can't send attachments, you can't send pictures. It's literally a small text message, send, and that's it. Once you get like 500,000 people doing that on the open system, it's going to get pretty messy with lots of messages coming in on your screen, look, from everybody else.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to filter it. You're going to have to find a way to filter that out, so only the people you want to see the messages from are going to come through. But theoretically, yes, if everybody adopted it and everybody was using it and it wasn't a closed system, yeah, theoretically you can send a message and it will go out there. I mean, my suggestion would be, if you really want to speak to your friends like that, just get a ham radio license and just use some of the systems they've got, because you can talk into a radio in Manchester and it will come out in America. Yes, everybody else will be able to hear you, but you can make the link, the hop, but do it with voice, you know? So,
Pompey's in. Well
hey,
known
Mr.
unknown's in.
Pompey, he's
Nice
got
to
to
see you,
get up
mate.
early in the morning. Well, you chose that life, sir. You chose a job and a life that gets you up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Nah, yeah. You need to find a more happy, happy, enjoyable, not get up at 4 a.m. in the morning job.
Yeah.
It's pretty
uh,
sadistic, really, isn't it? Making people get up at 4 a.m. in the morning. What sort of, why? Why would they need you there at that time? It's disgusting. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm. Dazzy says, am I talking about Echolink? Yes, I'm talking about Echolink. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was, like you say, just like you're using it as an aerial, but no, like you say, it's slightly different. But saying it in the future, it might be different if they bring out different devices or something.
See, some people might have a good use case scenario for it, like because it's designed to transmit your GPS location if you wanted to. Companies could use it as a cheap tracking system, because say in Manchester they could have 10 of these devices, because they're not expensive, they're like £20 a piece or something like that. You have to put it in a box, you have to make a box for it or whatever, but you know you just put one up on a high building or at roof height. You stick one up somewhere, and then you could create your own private little network for your company. So that would be feeding back information of where your drivers are continually, like bang, there he is, there he is, there he is, and it's feeding that information back. And so use case scenarios, if you've got a real need for that type of communication, you could probably save money on it, not having to pay a company to provide that sort of tracking service that they might do. But it's very basic. You wouldn't be getting any of the bells and whistles that you'd be getting with
Yeah,
a paid for service, which will probably bring up really nice maps showing all of your drivers and where they are simultaneously and all this sort of stuff. You'd have to kind of do that yourself. Just keep clicking on your drivers and seeing where they are. And some systems would be all like really flash and posh and all that. It's more an
Uh,
enthusiast way of building your own network. you know
yeah. I understand what you mean, sort of thing. It's good for like a backup, like you're saying, if your phone goes down and you've got quite a few people using them of your friends knowing you in your area or whatever, you can stay in touch. So suppose it's good in a way, and obviously you got to know how to use it. And obviously someone like me, new to the game, and thinking, oh, this sounds good, but would buy this, then I've no use for it, if you know what I
mm.
mean. So it's good
and the
to always speak to people and discuss things and about new things you hear and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, if you're a prepper, somebody who thinks the end of the world may come and you want to have a way to have your own network, fine. But not only would you have to set these up and use them, right? You'd also have to have a spare 10 or so of them in a box, in a metal case, in the ground, so that if there's an EMP pulse, it doesn't destroy all those devices. Because, you know, if any nuclear bomb went off, it would take all your electronics out. So if you're a prepper and you want to do it for that reason, like the cell service has gone down, well, when will the cell service ever really go down unless we are at war? You know,
yeah.
it's never going to happen. Mm,
Talk about EMPs.
yeah,
Yeah, does that affect electricals that are plugged in or powered up, or does it affect ones that have got no power, like say laptop or with no battery in? Would it still fry that?
yeah, yeah, it does because it actually stimulates the particles inside the chip, so the chip basically melts. And it will also drain batteries. So when you go to put a battery in, it has no charge. So if you can't then charge the battery, your device is not going to work. So if you EMP protect your devices by putting them in a room that's grounded, then you can protect against that. But you've got to put metal on all your walls and then ground it, and then that room will be protected. So any devices inside that room. The other way to do it is put it in a steel drum and dig it into the ground. And then if shit goes down, you dig up the drum, pull the lid off, take your radios out, and then you've got a working device to communicate when not many people will be able to communicate, but you will. But yeah, anything you have which is electronic will probably die. You know, your car won't start because it has electronics, so that'll die. The battery will be dead. You
Yeah,
know,
that's what I was going to say. What happens if your car's in a Faraday cage?
yeah, your car will be alright if it's in a Faraday cage. Yeah.
What about the key that isn't in the Faraday cage with the mobilizer chip in?
That'll probably get fried. Yeah.
So therefore your car won't work then.
Mm.
So people thinking, oh, my car will be safe in this garage. I'm not
A
being
lot of people
fried.
will be using very old-fashioned diesels because they do not require electrics. So if you can get a battery up and running, or you can jump start it, then you can start charging the battery once you jump started it. Push the vehicle, get it started. But anything that's got electronics running, the injection systems and things like that, or the timing, game over. They're not going to drive. Mm.
Yeah, that's like them in World War Two, wasn't it? Was it where they kept steam trains hidden in reserve in tunnels and stuff like that? In case if it all goes down and there's no more diesels to go about for the diesel trains, they just pull these ones out and chop the wood down, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the apocalypse, Quick Fit will be overrun by hordes of motorists. Yeah, but, but Quick Fit's equipment will all be dead, so they won't be able to help you unless, of course, you've got a diesel tractor or a diesel, like a really old-fashioned Land Rover or something that just has timing rather than electronics. Uses manual timing.
Yeah,
Aircraft, basic aircraft should be okay because you got a key and it has magnetos, and those go directly bang straight onto the starting system, for the engine. But your battery will be dead. But if you can get a battery charged, or if you can hand crank the prop, you could probably get an aircraft running,
yeah.
as long as it's not a sophisticated aircraft. If it's sophisticated, again, no chance.
Mechanic fuel pump and all that, you mean?
Yeah. See, I mean, if there was an EMP weapon went off in the atmosphere, I mean, people in aircraft, the aircraft just go like, "Ah, bang into the ground. Well, the electronics don't fly by wire. They're not EMP protected aircraft and things. They should be signing into the well, like run EMP aircraft. Bang.
I don't know what's going on there, but was Mr. Volt cracking up on anyone else's sound as he was hitting higher notes?
Hitting higher notes or one
Wait,
back now.
go on,
I'm
try
all
now.
back now. Back now.
On and off. That's even worse, that, whatever you done there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that
That's
better?
better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dodgy wire. Yeah, okay. How does that sound?
Sound like a stereo, that.
Oh,
It came through stereo.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's when I move my head around. No, it's probably because I'm shaking the table and the table is wiggling the wire on the back of the mic, and historically it has been a bit twitchy. But I don't think it is the mic. I think it's the noise cancelling thing I've got. If it doesn't detect a loud enough volume, it thinks you're not speaking, so it just noise cancels. So you've got to be speaking loudly or close to the mic. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like a Mini will probably work. An old Mini will work because it's got a distributor cap. Anything that's got a distributor cap will, if you bump start it, after an EMP, it will run. But anything that's got an electronic timing unit, nah.
Yeah, probably the latest car you'd get is early 90s car. That would probably run.
Mm.
Because then from the 90s, well, even from the 80s, they made injections, didn't they? Systems, fuel injections. Even in the 70s, they made injection systems.
Yeah, but I think a lot of old injections were timed injections. They were actually manually timed. Like the new ones are actually they decide how much fuel to put in, and it's actually a pulse that decides how much fuel to put in, whereas it was mechanically timed. And diesels have been injected since forever. They've been injected for donkey's years, like 1930s, 1940s or whatever. They're like they're clockwork. So, but the injectors in new diesels are not. So the oldest cars will probably end up back on the road, and tractors and things like that. Old systems will work,
Yeah.
but
My
not
dad
new
had,
ones.
my dad had one of them black cab taxis when he was back in the day, and I was a kid. Know what I mean? And it's told him to wait there.
Yeah.
I was a kid, and he told us to wait there in his taxi while he just nips into Asda. It wasn't working taxi. I mean, working by street work legal wise. He used it for personal use, bringing stuff in and out and stuff like that, just dragging his own crap about. So, me being how I am and all that, being a kid, got bored and just looking at it and playing about in the driver's seat. Then I got a bit of metal and shoved it up somewhere round the steering column. It sparked and started. I was like, oh, I know what I've done there. Well, I know what I've done. I started, cut the starter and sent the power to the starter basically. And it started with no ignition lights or nothing. Basically. And because there's no key in it, I was like, oh, how do I turn it off? Know what I mean? It's one of them taxis. It was so old, he said. Or when my dad came back, he gave me a bollocking and showed me how to turn it off. It had like a choke underneath, and it was a cut out choke, basically cut out valve. You had to pull on the old diesels to cut them out. Yeah, but
Remember, I was
like it,
about 10. I went in the garage and started our car in the garage, and I was like, and then turned it off. I was like, woo.
yeah,
Mm.
I went to Ireland as a kid again, and on my mum's farm or where she lived out as a kid, there was a tractor there. It was a working farm still, and relatives were owning the farm. So there was this tractor. So like you say, I just climbed on it, and the key was there, turned it, and you could see the smoke stack flapping like that. So we're like, yep, turn it off.
Mm.
Yeah, but you do daft things like that, don't you, when you're a kid, and turn this or even now sometimes you see a button and you press it or flick a switch what you're not supposed to.
But
Upgraders in the house.
if anybody wants to start a tractor or some types of industrial equipment, right? Here's the key. Here's the key to it, right? Turning the ignition won't start it unless you have your foot down on the clutch. If you have your foot on the clutch, it'll start. So you've got to press down on the clutch, then they start. There's a lot of vehicles like that, industrial and tractors.
Yeah, safety reasons these days, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a bloody articulated lorry, like, sort of. I'd been waiting for 4 minutes at this junction and nobody was letting anyone out. Like 4 fucking minutes. And I was like, oh, Jesus. So I saw a bit of a gap. So I pulled out and I raced it out to match the speed of the other vehicles. Oh, this lorry was not happy. He was way away, but he just went right up behind me, and he was beep 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 like, and I was like, fuck it. So I just slowed down. It's like, all right, and you're a bit pissed off, are you, mate? You're going slower now, aren't you? So I just burnt off, and as I burnt off, he was taking photos with his phone. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Really? I could see this fucking flash going, and it's like, really? What? Am I going to go on your fucking Facebook pages? This is the guy that pulled out in front of me, and I rammed up behind him, and then look at him. It's like, oh, Jesus, really?
Then I illegally took these pictures on my mobile phone while I was driving with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I went up his arse just to teach him a lesson, and then he slowed down, so I'm taking photos of him now. Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, great. Well done. Well
Yeah.
done. And the thing is, I'm a really courteous driver. Like if I see people wanting to come out of an exit, I'm the guy that lets everyone out. I'm like, go on, because it's like it keeps the traffic flowing. We're all going to get there at the same time. What the fuck, isn't it? Just saying, because I'm happy.
Mhm.
Oh, I was expecting more from him, though. I was thinking, oh, he's gonna try more shit here.
Was you
After
was you at the bottom of the hill by any chance?
No, I was at a T junction on a road, and there was just a massive line of traffic that kept coming, and it was never ending because there was obviously somebody slow at the front, so it just backed up for like 4 miles or something like that, and it was just kept coming and kept coming. The car in front of me didn't have the balls to pull out, so it was like, you know. And then he finally pulled out, and it was like, right, well, there's a gap in front of that lorry there. That'll do. It was a big enough gap, and like I say, I didn't just pull out and make the lorry slow down. I pulled out and ripped it first, second, third, right up to the 40 miles an hour that everyone was doing. No, that's not good enough. You pulled out in front of me. It's my road. It is the lorry, like, yeah. And I'm thinking, when I've been on a motorway so many times when lorries just pull out without indicators. I bet you're one of those type of lorry drivers. Yeah, well done, mate. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll piss him off even more if you do it at the bottom of the hill. So that he has to
Yeah.
go through all the gears to build up speed. You know what I mean?
No, no, actually, he was coming over a brow and he was going down, which is probably why he raced up behind me because he had a bit of ability to do it, you know. But no, no, I wouldn't have done it if I couldn't have made the same speed as everybody else. But it's just, people are so fucking petty. It's unbelievable. You know, I pulled out in front of somebody in a roundabout, massive roundabout, and it was like, I'm like, right, I'll get in front of this guy now. So I just, fucking hammered it, got in a gap. But the thing is, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep the flow of traffic going. So I got in front. Oh no, he didn't like it. He's like right on my bumper, like literally touching my bumper. I thought, oh, this is gonna be fun now. So when we came to some lights, he got out, ran up to my window and fucking started punching my fucking window like that. And I was like, wow. Because I pulled out in front of him.
Crazy.
Like he didn't even have to brake. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna pull out in front of somebody and have to slam the brakes on. Like I say, I'm very courteous, but I'm all about if there's a gap, you go. You don't fucking like dawdle like a grandma, like, oh, I can never go. I'll have to stay here for the rest of my life. I'm not like that. But some people, they're like, you pulled out in front of me. You must die. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't get some people, honestly. I really don't.
No. You go to set something up.
Or
Live
oh yeah,
stream.
well, I could do if you're gonna disappear.
Yeah. Basically, everyone. I've got hospital tomorrow morning, so I'm up
He,
early and going to
he's
bed
got to
early.
go on. He's got to go on hospital tomorrow. It's gonna be a fucking long day, so he's gonna have to get up early.
Yeah. But yeah, Matt said he'll go live, so let him set it up. Then once that's all set up, I'll end tonight's live stream. So at least you won't have any breaks. At least you can jump straight over to Matt's channel then and see him.
We had this secretly planned, like if he decided he was going to go after an hour, which he did say he wanted to do, and I was like, no, you'll want to stay on. It'll be just getting into the flow. The alcohol will be kicking in.
Yeah.
So we'll have to do. Yeah. What's the best camera to do driving dash videos? Well, I tell you what, mate, I should get a rear facing one because like some of the fucking dickheads, honestly, a lot of it happens in the back. You
I
know.
think I've been thinking of getting one of them DVRs,
Mm,
a four-way DVR for my car.
mm,
So basically left, right, and then front and rear. So your car's covered at like 360.
yeah. I tell you, we were in Birmingham. We were in this building, the HSBC Asset Bank thing, which is like they just walked away and left the building. Like, yeah, great. But we were up there, and that's all you could hear was beep beep beep. Angry, angry, angry. Everyone's so fucking angry. Like in their cars, like you pulled out in front of me. Fuck you. You're fucking. Oh, you. What are you? You can't come out. I never let you come out. And it's like, don't people remember that when they did the driving test, not only were you not supposed to delay, that's one of the things, is if you delay, if you can't stomach yourself to come out, that's a delay, that's a fail. Yeah. So you're not supposed to delay. You're supposed to be confident. That's part of the driving test. Yeah. And also, you're supposed to be courteous and look ahead. And if you see something, like you let people out, you keep the flow of traffic. It's about everyone's meant to be happy. What part of the fucking driving test did these people not get? You know what I mean? It's like, you're in my way. I don't like you. Oh, look at your car. I got a better car than you. I deserve the road. I'm going to swerve and get you up. Like, people are just dickheads on the road. Honestly, it never surprised. Yeah, Glasgow. They said I'm not courteous. All right, yeah, fair enough then.
Uh, leaves the nurses alone, Urbeck saying. No promises. Yeah, buddy. All good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I know it's not the nicest thing to get your camera down your throat. Have you had one?
Not down my throat, but I've had one up my arse and I've had one up my japsai.
Oh, I bet that's painful.
Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was a bit, a couple of times, you know. Not too bad though.
Yeah. I
But I'm
suppose
told
it
that
got.
I've got a pretty good tolerance for pain, so they were expecting me to go like, ah! You know, and I was like, no, you're all right, you're all right. And they were like, okay, ready? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, carry on. They were expecting me to be like, oh no, no, you're all right, carry on. Yeah.
Suppose it's not that bad going down your throat because your throat's quite wide, or you assume it would be.
The only problem with the throat is that you automatically have a gag reflex, you know, like so to put something in there when you're awake means you're going to be going, you know, and that's the thing you've got to try and fight. You've got to try and fight your gag reflex and keep yourself calm because that's the thing. So they'll probably advise you on that, you know, they'll give you
Yeah.
advice on the way to deal with it.
I didn't know they'd knock it out either. I thought they'd just say open wide and shove it in you.
I don't know. I don't know. Depends on your, you know, whether you can handle it. If you can't handle it, they might suggest that you come back again and they'll knock you out, you know? So,
Uh huh.
mm.
But oh, two wheels exploration is in. Excellent.
I
Oh,
mean, they might give something to sort of like sedate you. Like they can give you gas, you know? They give you this gas and it feels like crystals. Well, it did for me anyway. It was like, breathe this thing. It's like, and it was like an ultra vape. It was like crystally, like, rah! And it was like that must have been to sort of like get me slightly under, but they might give you something like that.
yeah.
You never know. Mm. They have a numbing banana flavor liquid, and you can choose to have it. Well, take it. It's easier. It's over in 2 minutes. Yeah, there we are. It'll stop the gag reflex. See, you know, you drink
Yeah.
it, it like numbs out all your bits, so you're not going. You know.
That's what the. That's what the camera's there to see why I'm throwing up, why I'm gagging. Sometimes not throwing up, but I'm gagging. So try to throw something up, but not. And
Mm,
even sometimes I feel it and try to fight it, force it back down me. Especially when something does feel definitely coming up and needs to head to the toilet. I might try to
mm.
force it down. So hopefully I'm getting used to things going up and down my throat, like. So hopefully
Yeah,
that might help me swallow it.
yeah. You
But
could
yeah,
probably become a ninja now, like sort of a master of the gag reflex. So maybe you'll be all right. You probably will. You can come and tell us. You know, like you can tell us all next week or whenever. You know, tell us what it was like. I'd love to hear what it was about.
Mark H has had a spray. Can't say the
Mm,
name of it on the YouTube, but yeah, a
mm.
white powder spray he had for his. Crazy. Is your live stream set up yet, Matt?
It's not, but it won't take long.
Yeah. Right. Everyone go over and jump over to Matt's channel and see you over there. Thank you for tuning in this week. And if you haven't already done so, hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yep.
what he said.
Yeah, definitely. Just give him a minute or two so everyone can say goodbyes on this one and get ready and jump over to yours.
He's so punctual, folks. Look, it's exactly 1 hour. It's Yeah.
It was, yeah, it was because I was 1 or 2 minutes late. Yeah, yeah, precisely 1 hour.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully I've mentioned what I've got to do with my videos and what's going on soon. So hopefully I covered everything. So yeah, see you soon. Good night, everyone.
Bye, temporarily. Bye, temporarily. Check out the secret vault